Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Today is March 30th, 2019, the first day of the rest of our lives, and we got some developing news that's been breaking over the last couple of days, and I thought we'd talk about it. The following story is one that I've pieced together from a variety of social media sites and now international news agencies. The tragic circumstances of this case literally hit close to home, as the town of Dauin is just 20 minutes south of my hometown, my beloved hometown, of Dumaguete City. As a matter of fact, the last video I posted up on YouTube was shot at the beach in Dauin because it was hot and we went down there and it's a great place to go to the beach. Dauin is a lovely place that is extremely popular as an international scuba diving destination. All right, next up, disclaimer, just so I don't rub people the wrong way. The purpose of this story is not to cast the Philippines in a negative light. Instead, it is simply an opportunity to show that there are inherent dangers in living basically anywhere in the world. Having some understanding of local culture and the dangers associated with certain endeavors or actions can help one avoid, hopefully, potential conflict and undue escalation. Being more or less strangers in a strange land, it behooves all of us foreigners to have some understanding of the how and why of life in the Philippines. Over the past few years, we have seen homicides occur not only during the course of robberies and burglaries, but killings that have occurred over land disputes, construction noise, and even one involving the refusal to buy somebody a beer. Also keep in mind that while the Philippines is for many a lovely place to visit and or reside, it can be just as dangerous as anywhere else in the world. The Philippines experienced a murder rate of 9.4 per 100,000 people in 2014 compared to the United States with a rate of 4.9 per 100,000 people. These might be some intimidating sounding statistics, but you also have to keep in mind that last year, in 2018, the Philippines was visited by over 7 million foreigners. And if you apply that 9.4, that would have meant that about 650 foreigners were killed in the Philippines, and that is certainly not the case. One might even go so far as to contend that being in the Philippines as a foreigner is safer than being in the United States of America. Motorbike accidents aside. But on to the story at hand. Okay, as I said earlier, this is sad and disturbing news. It first appeared on social media. It was on Facebook here, and it now is being confirmed by international news agencies. On Thursday, March 28th, 2019, two as of yet unidentified assailants entered the property of Andrea Guarniero. Now, at first, people weren't sure if this was a male or female Italian expatriate because of his first name, but it is a male. At approximately 5:30 p.m., so this was on this past Thursday afternoon at 5:30 p.m., they ambushed the Italian expatriate in an outbuilding that served as his office and fatally shot him. They shot him 3 times, once in the head, once in the chest, and once in the hand. The unidentified gunman then exited the property and drove off on a motorbike. The murder took place in the town of Dauin, a bucolic seaside community that lies just south of Dumaguete City on the island of Negros in the Visayas. The 49-year-old had been living in the Philippines for many years with his Filipino wife and 9-year-old son and was working as a real estate developer. The attack occurred while the victim's wife, son, and 2 sisters-in-law were watching TV in their home. So this was on his property, or her property, I should say. And there's a main house, which is a villa, as described in the media, and there's an outbuilding that served as his office. Mr. Guarniero was born in Padua, Italy, and was a political science major. A fervent rugby fan, the Italian expat inherited a family chemical business in 1998, but decided to move to the Philippines full-time in 2014. His LinkedIn account notes him as being owner at the Apo Bay Resort and Residence Development Corporation. A job posting on jobstreet.com also notes that the Apo Bay Resort and Residence Development Corporation owns several real estates in Negros Oriental. Starting in 2019, the company is entering the first development phase, building and managing a resort in the area. Andrea's brother, Daniel, who now runs the family business in Italy, was notified of his brother's death through his Filipina sister-in-law. As to motives, Danielle stated, quote, "My brother was shot dead by 2 gunshots from 2 killers. It was an execution. The act was not a common crime. Probably the recent purchase of some land had bothered someone, he said, referring to his brother's purchase of land and the planned construction of the luxury resort. The Italian expatriate had also been reportedly active in a number of social initiatives, assisting local indigent Filipinos with medical outreach and care. The Italian embassy was immediately notified of Mr. Guarniero's death, and local police are presently investigating the homicide. As of this time, no suspects have been identified, nor have definitive motives been put out there. So again, this is a tragic case. This not only took a man's life, but it also affects his wife, his son, his brothers and family in Italy. And it's a shame that it had to happen. I'm not going to speculate any further, but again, this can be used basically as a learning device to understand maybe somewhat how things work here in the Philippines. And with that, happy news, this unfortunate incident, again, condolences and thoughts and prayers to the family. This is Ned over My Philippine Dreams. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.